Chat, I guess we were all expected this shit to happen. The OnlyFans empire is collapsing. I don't know how accurate that shit is. I don't know how reliable that statement is, but let's watch the video to see what's going on.
Currently, the media space has been dominated by how much some top earners are making on it. But what hasn't really been discussed is how the company has lost billions of dollars in valuation in a very short amount of time. Things just got even more messy because is now in a very bad situation.
Bro, I don't blame them. If I was a girl, you couldn't control me. I would be number one, like top 10, bro. I would be the number one, the highest reward. You couldn't control me, bro.
And things just got even more messy because is now in a very bad situation after this
owner, Leonid, whatever the fuck this is, dies at oh, he died?
CEO passed away. So essentially,
oh, their CEO passed away. Holy shit. Jesus is coming for them, bro.
You have one of the biggest platforms in the world, especially when it comes to that profitability per employee metric that you've probably seen online. And they just lost the one person running it, and almost nobody knew who he really was and that he existed. So the dude never gave interviews. There's really no real foot.
Of course he's not giving any interviews. Like, what is gonna say? Sir, how did you get so successful? I don't know, man. I just made a website for girls to sell their body
online. And one of the only pictures of him online was the one from his LinkedIn.
He seems to be happy. I mean, was.
They'd had no ties to the platform whatsoever. So that's a little bit interesting. But for years, he was quietly making billions running one of the most controversial platforms on the internet. But then, in just the last month, he passed away and left the entire business in limbo. So
was he the only one managing that big ass website? I don't think so.
Everyone up to speed here. OF was created in 2016 by a guy named Tim Stokely. He was the youngest kid in a family from Essex, England. And he spent years trying to launch
he looks like OF.
Internet business after internet business and had a whole lot of failures. And the guy burned through a whole bunch of his own money and goodwill from friends and family, to put it lightly. But his dad, Guy, real name by the way, he watched multiple projects go essentially nowhere and had funded more than a few of them. So when Tim came back with yet another idea, he went, okay, here's £10,000 and that's the last one I'm funding. Little did he know though, that money became the seed funds. And the original structure was simple. Creators set a monthly price,
but you don't know what you're fucking doing,
and the platform keeps 20%. And I guess the creator walks away with 80%. Tim's original pitch wasn't necessarily focused on adult content, but
we should reconsider things. Like on YouTube, we're getting paid like 55%, I guess. 55%, and the platform is getting 45%. They're getting 80%? Come on, YouTube.
The idea had been open to anyone who could build a paying audience, including adult creators, since 2017. And from the start, it was a family operation in the early days with
what do you
Tim's
mean family
brother.
Operation? It doesn't have anything to do with families. What do you mean is he the founder of OF? Like you have 2 kids in the picture and a lovely family. Why would you find something like that?
Tom running the operations and their father, Guy, handling the finances. Guy, I guess, was just their guy and father. And that one group, I guess they figured out the model faster than anyone else. And that showed up in some serious numbers because in 2018, the platform was getting traction, but running headfirst into some structural problems. The payment processors that made it possible to, actually collect the money from subscribers weren't a big fan of the adult side of their business. And obviously, no payment processing means no business, full stop. So Tim sold it. And the buyer was someone that almost nobody had heard of, and nobody would really hear of him for many years to come. His name was...
Hold on, can you sell whatever on OF? Like, can I sell pictures of my friend's cat on OF? Like, can we do that? His name is Nemo, bro.
He was born in Odessa, Ukraine in 1982. His family relocated to Chicago while he was still a kid, and he studied economics at Northwestern University and graduated in 2002. And from that point forward, he essentially built an entire career at, scaling internet companies while
he scaled it pretty well,
completely out of circulation. And even after he became the owner of one of the most talked about platforms on the planet, a single photo of him made the rounds. The same one over and over, which was attached to a LinkedIn profile that described him as the president at Leo.com and, completely left OF out of the picture. So essentially what we know about this guy
why wouldn't he? Like, come on. Imagine being the founder of OF. I'm calling this asking for trouble. Like, why would you ask for trouble? Like, you're gonna get a lot of hate.
He lived in a $19 million waterfront property in Miami, but he gave 0 interviews. He made no public statements. He was, I guess, for every practical purpose, someone who did not want to be found.
Because it fucking makes sense. Because why would you want to be found? Does anybody know who's the founder of YouTube? Who's the founder of Google? Who's the founder of Facebook, bro? Nobody knows.
All he's doing, however, was running his own things, and he'd been building internet businesses since he was a teenager. And by his mid-20s, he'd built and operated more than 10 websites, developing a deep understanding in, I guess, the mechanics of adult content or entertainment, and how that whole payment structure works and how he can get that to work without getting banned. And since he understood how this industry worked, when he was presented with the chance to buy, he did so in 2018 for $30 million. And it's safe to say that was a phenomenal
$30 million, but that was, I guess, the best investment of his career. Like,
investment for him, because in 2019, the platform processed around $300 million in total payments and cleared around $7 million in profit. Then a year later, that gross payment volume hit $2.2 billion. Then by 2021, it was approaching $5 billion. And none of these numbers being announced, but
$5 billion? Can we make something like that? Like, can we make something like that? I want to make some platform called OnlyFans.
The company files with the UK as required, but Leonid had no interest in turning any of these numbers into some massive press release like many other entrepreneurs would. But then came that moment that probably told you more about OF than anything else, because in August of 2021, the platform announced that it was going to ban explicit content. Now, that was confusing to a lot of people, because that kind of sounds like if Burger King announced it was going to stop selling burgers. So why would they ever do that? Well, it makes sense a little bit later on when you get the full picture. But obviously, the response from the creators on their platform was immediate and very clear. So 6 days later, the ban was reversed, and
we have secured assurances necessary to support our delivery creator community and have suspended the plan October 1st policy change. Oh, okay, so
platform.
They got it back.
The platform cannot exist without the creators and the consumers paying for it.
Yeah.
So the reason all this actually matters becomes a whole lot more clear once you look at the numbers, though. Because in 2024, they processed $7.2 billion in total
$7 billion with a B?
Transactions between the fans and the creators.
Who's paying that? Who even using that website, bro?
OF's cut of that was about 20%, and that came out.
It's like a do not disturb setting.
It's like a shut the fuck up thing popping up in the middle of the video. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
To $1.41 billion in net revenue. That is a behemoth of a company. But after expenses, pre-tax profit landed at
Chad, how much YouTube makes? If OF makes that much, $7 billion, and just how much Instagram makes.
A lot of people just don't want their funds to go into, investing in these vice businesses, which considers adult content, tobacco.
Okay, you telling me now the whole concept of the video is OF is trying to ban adult content because it's going to be hard for them to sell the website, right? If they ban adult content, they won't be making money, bro. Nobody's selling shoes on that platform. They be selling pictures, bro. Why the fuck would they even sell the platform? Like, they making billions. Why the fuck? Just keep it. Just keep it. Don't do shit about it. Just keep it. You're paying 46 people a month.